Pib, Puss in Boots. You are in the dark shadows of the trees, and you feel like you sense some smell of maybe mice or cushions, something altogether kind of familiar. But you also sense nearby the scent of like other wild creatures. You sense something else a little bit different. You also are filled with a weird sensation. You know deep down that you have died, but there's almost a feeling of weight coming off of you, almost like you can breathe more easily in this weird, shadowy in-between space. The forest you're in is dark, there's shadows moving through it, but you're not human. So a dark forest with shadows doesn't necessarily terrify you in the way it might terrify a normal person. Here, it actually feels a little bit comforting somehow, but you also think you can hear creatures conversing nearby in the woods here.
I think Pib would just try to follow whatever that is, or latch on to any sign of life in this weird space.
You walk through the shadows in the forest, and as you do so, you feel an invitation to like leave behind the things that are troubling you. Which is interesting because you've already made the decision to move away from something that was very comforting, that kind of like attached to your memories, and instead moved in the direction of something interesting, which is a very cat-like contradiction, to be something that is conflicted between comfort and the familiar, but then also curiosity and adventure. And you've just chosen adventure.
Well, I guess in a way I'm gonna unlatch what I had grabbed onto and kind of carry forward into what is piquing my interest in front of me.
Something very sort of unusual happens, which is you step away from your attachments and you suddenly become aware that your body has dropped to all fours. You can see behind you your boots and your cape, which you know how attached to your boots you are, but there's this feeling you have of the fact that they're just sitting right there. You can go pick them up if you need to. And you feel a weird sense of calm. Go ahead and give me either an insight or a perception check.
Just kidding, it's a 7.
Was that 11?
A 7.
Oh, 7.
Well, actually, it becomes a 12.
Becomes a 12. I think on a 12, I leave it up to you. You feel a little bit of your identity fading away. This could be terrifying, like you're experiencing the loss of memories, you're experiencing the things you use to define yourself. And there's another version of this where you're just letting go of your ego for a moment. You're going back to some other kind of primal being. And I think a 12 is right in the middle, where I will truly let you decide in this moment whether you let go or whether you cling tightly.
I think Pib would, like a cat, probably kind of let go. Or like let go of, follow the curiosity.
You let go and you become a truer version of yourself. Puss in Boots is behind you. He's waiting right there. He's just a pair of boots and a cape right now, because you're still using this form, ghostly and otherworldly as it is. But with Puss in Boots behind you, the thing that like walks forward into the forest is just Cat.